Welcome back to Maria's DIY world. It's paint time. So I left my wall looking like this a little over a week ago. It's winter vacation right now, so I have plenty of time. And I added glass fiber wall covering, and I have a nice smooth surface now. I have no idea exactly where I repaired the wall, somewhere around here and up in this corner, but it's all smooth now. I'm actually just going to cut that extra off now because it turns out that, yeah, it's not working for me to wrap it around. I'm just gonna cut it off and then reinforce a corner as the plan with a piece of trim. I will be using the same color as in the rest of the room. That's how far I've painted so far. And because it's glass fiber, it can contain a lot of paint. So I'm actually very curious to see how much I am going to use on that wall. It doesn't look like much, right? Yeah, just wait and see. So I'm going to make a mark in the bucket right here. No, doesn't work anymore. I'm going to make a mark in the bucket. Yeah, you can't really paint here or mark it. I'm going to leave a little piece of tape in the bucket. So right there. Well, just because I'm curious to see how much paint I actually use on that. Actually, kind of small wall. So, yeah, let's get started. I'm just gonna trim the extra here. I kind of thought I could wrap it around. That's not working. So, I'm just cutting it. Oh, and adding glue behind here actually kind of worked. It's stuck now, but it does have loose spots, but you can't actually tell. So, I think I'm good. So I poured a lot of paint. It's a big tray and it's almost full. And I'm using the big roller and a very nappy roller. So seriously. Well, I guess I dropped it. I don't even know if you can see this paint on the wall. Oh yeah, you can. Okay. Okay. Now that the paint is on the wall, you can see the texture of the glass fiber. So over here, it's completely filled with paint, and over here I'm working on it, and then nothing here, but it's very thick and textured, but an extreme fine texture. So yeah, but I'm just gonna roll away now. You don't go far on one roll. So in full transparency, I just discovered that the wall covering It's loose right here. Let's see if you can see it bounce. Can you see it bounce? So the thing is, I did pull that panel out in order to get that in. And if you go back and watch my video from last time, I'm actually editing this right now, so that's why I know. I glue the bottom part again, but I didn't glue up here, and it's loose. And I know that as soon as the paint dries, it's gonna make a surface, and then I don't think I can get it to stick. So before the paint is dry, it's kind of filled with paint up here. Well, not right here, but up here there's a lot of paint, but I don't think it's not loose up here, it's right here. So I did find the glue, and so I'm going to try and glue now. Because last time I did successfully glue from the outside and make it stick a couple of places. So I'm going to attempt to do that. So paint is on pause. DIY at its best, I guess, or whatever. I found the nappiest roller I could this time, and a small one so I could actually just dip it into the glue. It feels like it's working, but I guess I'll have to wait and see. I'm not quite sure how big this air bubble is, but better safe than sorry. I tap tested the rest of the wall, and I think everything else is stuck. So I'm just gonna continue over here. What's your least favorite thing about DIY and home renovations? I don't like to paint. I'm already feeling over it. Oh. I'm hot. In this stupid suit. But this paintbrush, my favorite. I remember back in 2005 when I bought my first house, we just bought really cheap paintbrushes and whatever, and it was, I remember thinking that just because you had paintbrushes didn't mean that it was easy to paint. So if you don't have the right ones, this is the right one. It was right in here that I accidentally cut just a tiny bit off the corner. But as you can see now, you can't tell. And it was a corner of the glass fiber. too much paint in that corner. I'm not babysitting Charlie, dog sitting Charlie anymore, but he is still here. So bye-bye, Charlie. We're going to cover you up now. There you go. It's on the other side of the glass fiber wall covering, so you won't be able to see it through here. It's just because his fur is black, so that's why you can see it through. I'm actually really digging the color and the result. It's really only the process that I don't like. Which, you know, it's kind of all of it, but not all of it, but I don't really know where the corner is over here because it's kind of round. Walking by my boots, cold floor, stained shirt, roller dripping, still that wall. Just drinks and drinks to work. Up on a step ladder, arms shaking, slow burn. Every strap I lay down straight. The gray keeps trying to return. Glass fiber blue, soaking up the white again. On the roller, dragging through, back and forth and back again. Glass fiber blue, every coat just disappears, but it's starting to shine, starting to smooth. Yeah, it's gonna be worth it here. I'm so hot. I'm going to find clothes that I can paint in because I'm just too hot. This is the same shirt I used when I painted at my parents' place. I just put it on inside out. That way, you only ruin the inside. A tiny little island, miss spots in the grain. Step back, curse under my breath. Hit it deep, try again. Flex on my glass. If it seems like I'm getting nowhere, it's because I'm getting nowhere. Flex in my hair. Whole room smells like fresh start, fresh sweat in the air. Glass fiber blue, soaking up the white again. On the roller, drag it through, back and forth and back again. Glass fiber blue, every coat just disappears, but it's starting to shine, starting to smooth. Yeah, it's gonna be worth it. I'm so resourced till I chase that light. Oh, yeah. So that was coat number one, somewhat coat number one, because I can't paint that just yet because it's still dry, wet, but it seems like it is sticking. That took 2 hours. So yeah, it does take a lot of time. So I'm gonna leave that to dry and then get back to it. It's the next morning. It definitely worked. It's sticking as it's supposed to. So even though the glue expired, I still think it was because I pulled out this panel to put in the internet thingy down here. So I can finish painting this part now. But let's see what it looks like with just one coat. Well, not good. So it's very patchy, very uneven. So it definitely needs more than one coat. You can see this is what it's supposed to look like, the end result. So we're not there yet. But I am going to paint it off camera. So I'll just let you know how long that took. All right, that took 50 minutes. And it was definitely not as hard work as yesterday. The wall is not completely saturated just yet. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Oh yeah, here we go. Took a little while, but as you can see the specks. Yeah, so the paint still have to be absorbed into the glass fiber, and that will require at least one more coat. But for now, I'm going to rest again because my arm is a little sore. This wall is so pretty. Oh, it's so beautiful. So even, so straight. I'm so glad I did it, even though it was hard work. So one thing I've learned that I want to do next time, oh yeah, I just pulled off a beanie, so my hair looks a mess, but I know I said the glue was expired, but I had the same problem using the glue when it was brand spanking new. Sometimes there are just areas, like right here, just small areas, feel the difference, where it just doesn't attach. So, but this is the area where I glued afterwards, and that really works. So next time I'm just gonna glue, put on the glass fiber, and then glue again to make sure it sticks. It doesn't have, I mean, it's not a problem, but you know, I want it to be attached. So, but yeah, this is so nice. I realized that looking through the camera, it doesn't look like a whole lot of paint being used, but that's almost a third of the bucket. This is a 10-liter bucket. Well, it's more like a fourth of the bucket, so a little less, but that's still a lot of paint. So when I bought that, I said that I knew that I bought too much. Maybe I just bought the perfect amount. I'm going to clean up my brushes now. The roller is so heavy now that it's not even comfortable to use it. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can get more paint out of it so I don't just floss it down the drain. Let's see if I can weigh this. 820 grams. It's so filled with paint. It's ridiculous and heavy. I got almost 200 grams of paint out of this. That's insane. So even though I really wanted to do more in this video, I just don't have the time. So another reason why I'm not really getting more done on the wall is that my dog needs surgery. So I was sitting and I was petting him and there was something about his eye in here where it seemed like something was coming out of his eye, like a flat, like a plate, round but flat. And I was looking at it and I'm like, what is that? So I Googled, and that made me call the vet, because I found something called cherry eye, and that means that the tear canal somehow is swollen, or the tear gland or something like that. And that needs to be put back in the eye, and it's a whole thing. So I contacted the vet and we went and had an appointment, and sure enough, he has cherry eye. So he needs surgery. And because, as I said earlier, it's vacation time now, or winter break, I have the time, which I otherwise don't really have. So I asked if we could schedule the surgery this week, and we could. And so I need to, focus on that, making sure that he's okay. And yeah. So this week has just been cut a little short, And I have been busy doing other stuff, you know, because it's vacation, it's break. I need a break, so yeah. So I'm just, you know, getting ready for surgery, cleaning up stuff like that, and then I'm just gonna focus on him. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that, but you know, I also have a private life, so yeah. So next week I will be doing trim, and I need to paint, like right now the door frames, I even spilled paint on here, right here, so I need to paint them and they do not match. So as you can see, so this is old trim that I painted years ago, and that's new unpainted trim. It has experienced everyday life, so I just need to give it a fresh coat of paint and, you know, to make it match. So I guess that will be in the next one. And then I hope that I'm better on planning drying time and stuff like that, but also living a life. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.